Alright, I want to introduce myself. Some of y'all know me, some of y'all will not. My name is Sean Olivier. My service animal is Chloe. I recently started a YouTube and Facebook page and all that good stuff. Uh, I will let you know now, and I do apologize. Hello. Uh, I'm having to use my phone as the camera because one of my back doesn't work right, and I will eventually be upgrading, getting new cameras, cameras to be able to follow uh, when we go into town, stuff like that. Like I said, I do have a service animal. This whole entire thing is to be set up for service animal awareness. Um, I am not by far any expert. Uh, I just transfer what I know to y'all. My experiences. If y'all do have any questions or want to know anything in particular, um, I can try to help y'all. That was some of the information that I showed. And if I'm not looking here, I'm sorry. I'm trying to control two screens and do this. Like I said, I'll eventually get better at it. Um, this is the information. The email. You can email me any information or questions. Uh, I've had a service ammo for a couple of years now. Get into that later. How I got to it, um, why I got into it. It was more. I really wasn't looking to do it, but I was trying to help somebody, and they in turn helped me. I am a U.S. Army veteran. Was active duty. I went in 2008, got out in 2013. I did a tour in Iraq 2009 through 2010. I am currently fully disabled uh, by medical term. If I'm sorry if I poke the screen and stuff like that. Like I said, it's using my phone, so any notifications, like if my phone go off right now, or you would see who's calling. So if I have to interrupt for that, I do apologize. Um, like I said, I will be updating more equipment as I can do. But like I said, I'm disabled. I only get so much per month. I've had 4 knee surgeries. I have severe back pain. I have PTSD, sleep apnea, uh, pre-diabetic, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, the whole nine, the whole works. Um, but what I would like to do is educate people on the do's, the don'ts. There's laws that protect me and my service animal. There are laws that protect you as a business owner or residential or what have you. Again, this right here is that's Chloe. That was a picture of me and Chloe. Uh, we were actually doing training. I didn't have her fully at this time. Uh, I love this picture of me and her. She was still in training, and part of the training is you do have to go in public with them. Um, and you have to see how they react to see. You can't just take the dog and say, okay, I want this to be a service animal. Well, if they don't qualify to be it, they can't be it. So this picture was actually taken at Harley Davidson. They had an event going on, so we wanted to take her to a place. Me and the trainer, his name's Mark Sonia. I'll get to that in a little bit. We had to take her. We wanted to take her there because we knew there'd be a lot of loud noises, a lot of commotion, a lot of people, and she was still really young. So we wanted to see if she would be able to still do her job and not panic or run or whatever else. Well, we were sitting right here, and you see how she was, and all of a sudden, I'd say about 15 to 20 bikes started. And if anybody knows anything about Harleys and butt extra pipes and everything else, like the one I used to have, it's really loud. And she didn't move. She didn't budge. She didn't jump. She didn't flinch. She didn't anything. Um, so he took this picture, marked this picture, me and her. And I mean, I did the pretty scale and everything to it. And, I mean, it came out good. I love that picture of me and her. Uh, People say, well, okay, well, what do you have her for? Well, I have her. Uh, the medical part of it is for PTSD. She could sense when it's kicking in or when my anxiety is kicking in. She biggest thing she does for me too is she creates that bubble for me. She'll get between me and whoever's there and doesn't allow them into my area. I have a real problem with being cornered in, I guess you could say. So she helped me with that. She helps get my mind off of what's going on and onto her. And that's the biggest ticket when it comes to that kind of service animal. For PTSD, for anxiety, for people that you can have a service animal that can help a rape victim. It's not just that. Anybody that's had any form of PTSD, any part of trauma, uh, be you've seen, God forbid, a loved one murdered in front of you, or like I said, you're a rape victim, or you see in your day to day just being, say, the firefighters in a lot of families lose members or what have you. They can help get some of that back for you, that independence. Because before her, I went to work, I went to home, I didn't associate with anybody. Uh, she allowed me to go back out into the world in a sense and be with my family. She still does. I don't want to have a misconception that it's a cure all, fix all, man. Now you have one, you could do whatever. No, it doesn't work that way. It's a daily struggle, daily work. You have to continue to work on it. I'm sorry if I jump all over the place. I do have ADHD and everything else. Like I said, and like I said, I'm looking. If I look off to the side, don't think I'm not doing it. Like I said, I'm working two screens here. Actually, three. Screen is going dark. Sorry. Uh, you have to put in the effort daily. You have to put in the work daily. Yes, I go into public to go do. Um, no, I don't have friends that I go to, friends that come over. I I still don't have that. Um, I have somebody that even if I don't see for 10 years, I still consider my brother. I served in two different units with him. Uh, he he is my true brother in a sense. Sometimes though, it's people don't realize and people aren't educated that when a service animal, like on mine, there I have a certain patch on there that it even says, oh, hold on one second, and I will grab it and I'll show you. But while I do that, I will put this back up just so you can see the information there. Uh, just give me one second. Okay. this is my service dogs, my service animals vest. And I'm gonna start off by saying it's not a law. There's no requirement. They do not have to wear these. Okay, they do not have to by law. All I need by law to go anywhere with them is a collar and a leash. Period. These are courtesies. Okay, these, in my opinion, these are here so I don't have to answer so many questions. These are here so I don't have to say yes, it's a service animal. Yes, this is this. I'll get to, like I said, everything in a while. All right, this right here. Right here it says no touch, no talk, no eye contact. I have more problems with adults than I do with kids. People ask why. Well, if you work or if you're doing a task and I keep talking to you, and if I make you make eye contact with me, if I keep poking you, pushing you, touching you, you have a hard time doing your job. That's the whole thing. They're there to do a task. They're there to do a job. They're there for a reason. They're not there for you to say, "Hey, doggy, come here, doggy. Hey, look the cute doggy." Can't or anything like that. They're not there for that. I have another one saying right there, PTSD service dog. Do not distract. Another side, big. Service dog working. Do not touch. Access required by law. That's my first calf, my hour flag. With my rank. This is what she wears. Arm accommodation. I mean, you can customize it, put it, but if you notice, most things I have on here are working dog, service dog, don't touch, don't talk. People still do it. They're not, and then depends on how I feel. If some people start just automatically going to touch her or pet her, I'll say, "You touch her, I'll touch you." They back off, or don't do that. I get asked quite a bit if they can pet her. If I'm in an environment where I'm not feeling anxious, if I'm not feeling threatened, if I'm not feeling anything else, sometimes I'll let people. Sometimes I'll just tell you no, and I'll be blunt and blunt. Or like, that's rude. Well, no, she's working, and I'm not in the mood for it. Walk in the store and you see people say, "Dog, look at the dog." I wish people would actually stop. This is why. You're reminding me that I need her. You're reminding me that it's not really a nice way to put it, something wrong with me, you know. And it goes into this I found. Because people will be like, "Well, tell you're not blind." Most people familiar with like seeing eye dogs. No, I'm not blind. But not all wounds are visible, right? They can be trained for autism. They can be trained for all different kind of things. These dogs are amazing. What I need it for, you can't be seen. And trust me, anybody that has anything like I have, more than anything like that, they'll tell you don't want to see. You wouldn't want to be in my head. I don't want to be there. But we work on it. If you've seen a disabled person walking, needing 2 crutches to walk, you wouldn't stop in a store and say, "Look, the crutches." can I play with your crutches? That's the same thing you're going to us with a service animal. If I'm not in the mood to be bothered by somebody, but I need to go get say a gallon of milk, just walk into the store and get it. Sometimes I don't feel like going because I don't feel like hearing 10 times, dog, or like, oh, is your dog gonna bite me? Look, you, if you ever wonder, the best thing you can do is always ask if you can pet, but no, you shouldn't be doing that, period. Even if you know, or if you don't know a dog, don't go touch it. Dogs by nature do bite. My normal answer is she bites every day when she eats her food. Would she ever bite somebody? I don't know. She doesn't have the tendency to do it. She doesn't have the demeanor that she's going to do it. But would she do it? I wouldn't put it past her. I wouldn't put it past any dog. It's in their nature. You know, she did. Only time she ever really snapped at somebody, it was another dog, and it wasn't because it was messing with her, because the dog was trying to bite me. Uh, it's just that little reminder, you know. That's what people need to stop and say. Okay, what should I do? This is the best thing to do, and it's like I taught my family when I first got it. When we're at home, they can interact with it. When we're in the vehicle together, they can interact with it. If we're in public, ignore her. Act like she's not even there. And that's the best advice I can give somebody. You see a service animal, act like they're not even there. Ignore them. It's not being rude. You can interact the handler. Don't start asking the handler a bunch of questions they may not feel like answering. Ask them, excuse me, do you mind if I tell you? Do you mind if I ask you something? I want to get a camera. My wife's been after me to start this because I do want to educate people. And I have educated a few people in the past on the spot. But the reaction of some people. She's a small Labrador Retriever, about 56 pounds. Doesn't have the face that she would tell you, come here, girl. Sleep in another room. Come here. Be coming. Come here, close. Oh, come on, baby. Oh, this is Chloe. This is my service animal right here. Alright. You'd be surprised how many people are scared of them. Walk in the store, they run the other way. I laugh. Alright, baby, you go lay down. I laugh. There's only really 3 places that they're not allowed to go. The operation room of a hospital. They can be with the patient, the handler, right up until the time that they actually go into the operation room. You know, if anybody's had an operation or anything, what they'll do is they'll take you back and they'll put you in this room and they'll start hooking up with the IVs and everything else. Okay, they can be there for that. They can be in there at that part. But when they actually start wheeling them to the operation room, that's whenever they cannot be there. That's fully understandable. As soon as I get back in recovery, service animal will be back with the handler. And if you notice, I call them handlers. I don't call them something wrong with the person or the disabled person or whatever else. I personally don't like that. So they can be back with the handler. The second place is the kitchen of a restaurant. They can be in the restaurant. They can be everywhere. I have information, and I'll be posting information more later. I even talked to the Board of Health and everything else. They can be anywhere. The way they say they can be anywhere where the public is. So they can be in the restaurant, a buffet. They can walk up to the buffet line, which that's fine. They can be anywhere where the public is when it comes to restaurants or eating establishments or anything along those lines. I've even, as you can tell, I do have some ink done. I'm not saying which one it was. I never got work done at this place, but I went when I was searching for an artist. I went talked to him, and he told me, he said, "Well, she can't be in here." I'm like, "Yeah, she can." Board of Health says no. I says it's different. She falls under a federal law that allows her to be there. Well, he goes, "I don't know." Well, I do know, and I'm trying to educate you, and that's what I'll do. I just automatically go over the top. I'll try to educate you first. Okay, then I can call. There's certain numbers I can call. If you deny me access into the facility because of it, just saying no dog allowed, and the federal law does do it, I can have you fined. I can get a lawyer if I want to, and I win. I don't want to do all that. So it's in the kitchen of a restaurant. And the third one is your private dwelling. Say I come to your home and you say, "I'm sorry, I don't allow animals in my home." You have the right to deny access on that for a private dwelling. If you run any kind of business establishment out of your dwelling, then you cannot deny me access. If you work out of your home and say you sell goods out of your home or you do some kind of work out of your home and I'm going there for that reason, you cannot deny me access. But if it's your private dwelling, you can deny me access. It's only ever happened once to me when I went someplace, and they, again, I won't say where, because I respect them. They said, "We do not allow animals in our home." Okay, well, thank you very much. And they're like, "Well, you can leave her outside." I said, "No, I cannot. I respect her for what she does for me. If she's not allowed to go because you don't allow animals, then I'm not going in your home. It's not to disrespect you; it's out of respect to her." But it's just simple as that. If you own an establishment, if you own a business, you are allowed to ask if it is a service animal. You are allowed to ask what task is the animal trained to perform. Now, whatever answer I give, I don't have to clarify. I can say she's trained to do pressure points. Yes, she's a service animal. Trained to do pressure points, or trained to be attentive to the needs, or whatever. Whatever answer I give, you have to take. That's good. But I don't have to go in depth and detail on it. That's really what you can. Now, it is for a service animal. It's actually illegal to ask me for identification on her. You can't ask for ID on the dog, on the animal. I do have a card I carry. She is registered. Reason I have is because, like I said, I like to educate. So what I do with her is a little different than what most people do with service animals. Meaning, just like the don't touch, the don't touch, and the don't whatever. You're not supposed to tell people your service animal's name. Reason behind it is if you do happen to see that person again, just like Chloe, and you would say, "Hey, Chloe," well, then she would get her attention on to you instead of me. But me and her have been on enough news interviews, film, and there's a paper in the Daily Advocate a while back. They did a nice article on us. Uh, so I do tell her name. Now, her middle name, no one's allowed to use it but me. I don't tell people what it is. They over here, they're not allowed to say it. That's just for me. Because that's when she knows, okay, it's time to be really serious. Um, so getting back to it, that's what you're allowed to ask. It's, in a way, they should have to show some identification. But then it might get a little picky the way when the government always gets into it. Because anybody could say, it's a service animal, walk in. Anybody. You can buy those vests off of Amazon. That's where I get her vest from is Amazon. They actually have the best selection, and even if you have Prime or not Prime, you get automatic 2 day shipping on all service animal vests. Um, Here's how you can protect your business, and this is where you can start telling if they really are or they're not. Okay, the reasons you can ask them to leave your establishment. Now, mind you, on this asking them to leave, you have to give them a choice if to put the animal outside of it and still allow that patron to be inside of it. Uh, is if they cannot control their animal. If they're constantly barking, if they're pulling. I'm sure most people have seen somebody walking their dog, but it's more like the dog's walking the person, not controlling the animal. Um, if they can't do that, then you can ask them to please get the animal out of the establishment. You still offer services to the patron. Other one is if they're not housebroken. Now, I always put a asterisk on this in a sense. Dogs will have accidents. Okay, they're just like if anybody's ever had a kid, a baby. They have accidents. Um, I've only ever had one incident with her, and it was in a doctor's office, uh, and she threw up. And I carry a bag. It's a lot like a diaper bag. I guess you could say it's a backpack. And right here, if you notice, there's bags for her business. And there's water bottles I carry, and I carry it. It's just like having a kid. I carry water. I carry supplies. So I was able to clean it. Clean it up and apologize and everything. Kind of falls under. Males go around just hiking their leg on everything. That's kind of what it means. So if you have an animal in your establishment that is going to mark their territory, every few steps, you can ask them to leave. If they just have one little accident, and the person comes to us and says, look, I do apologize. My service animal did have an accident. I'm going to clean it up, or I'm in the process of cleaning it up, or do you have something that I can mind? Be understanding. It's like if a child was in there and they had an accident, it's kind of beyond the control sometimes. Uh, you cannot segregate them. Like if you walk into a place and they're like, "Well, I'm seating you down here," and I use restaurants a lot because it's that's where most people are like, "Oh, no dog, you can't have a dog here." You can't go seat this person down at this table, and the next thing you know, the table next to you, calls the person, the waiter over, and says, "Look, I'm allergic to dogs. Can you move them?" You can't do that. You cannot segregate me off to the side just because this person exists. It's kind of a sound like a asshole in a sense. It's tough shit. It's their problem. It's not mine. I can be understanding though if you say, "Look, Is there some way we can do this? I'll tell you, if there's a place over there, I'm more than happy to accommodate. If you come off stuck up like an ass, just trying to be, excuse my language, a bitch. Sorry. It is what it is. Now, most of the time they'll ask me, like, put me in the corner areas, whatever, and I actually do prefer it in a sense because I'm there trying to eat or spend time with my family and not have people going, dog, can I pet your dog? Oh, look at that dog. And it happens all the time. But she's trained. She'll get underneath my chair or on my feet. And a lot of people, I've been seated by hostess, and the waiter or waitress never knew I had her down there till I got up. I bring her to movie theaters, put a blanket on the floor, she'll lay on that. She's good to the movie. So there's different things, but if I could say, please, if you see a service animal, please just ignore them. Again, if you have any questions about anything, I know I kind of went on this or that. Wasn't really. I'll try to stick to a set thing next time. I'll put up a couple things of information. If you know somebody that can possibly use a service animal, and I'll touch more on what it entails to have a service animal, what expenses you could pretty much bank on, a big part of the process. But if you know somebody, or if you know somebody that would love to donate to funds to help towards a veteran or first responder or anybody like that, because I'll be honest with you, most service animals will go between $10 to $80,000. Yes, $10 to $80,000. But there's a great nonprofit that is still in the baby stage. It is set up. Don't have a whole lot of funding. They are doing it for a lot less. They are the ones that train mine. I do help on occasions with them, not as much as I'd like sometimes, but I do help on occasion to help speak with the veterans because I can understand where they're coming from. And see if I can get this one up here. Let me try to blow this up a little bit, because this information, there we go. This Rescue Abilities Project. The phone number is down at the bottom. And also with their website, they are apparently redoing their website. They are on Facebook. They are on Instagram. They are on everything as far as I know. They also are on Amazon Smile. If you don't know Amazon Smile, check it out. You shop like normal on Amazon, but they get a portion of all the proceeds. Like you buy something for $20, well, they might get like 50 cents out of it. So Amazon gives them a piece of it on that aspect of it. It all goes towards the animals. They do run. There's a normal kennel there, indoor climate control kennel. They do regular dog training, obedience, boarding, gun dog training, the whole 9 yards. And out of that, they also run this nonprofit. That's where it's housed out of. They try to help as many people as they can, but they only have so many funds. So all donations are more than welcome. It all goes towards helping somebody. They do excellent on showing you, okay, you donated towards this animal. this animal is going to be matched with this person. This is they show you all the stages, that it goes through, some of the training it goes through. They're great. So check them out. Try to help them out if you can. Like I said, I try my best at times. Contact them. Talk to them. Best thing you can do. Mind you, there's only 2 of them there, so it may take, if they don't get back to you right away, don't worry. They work from sunrise to sunset. But again, if there's any information that you would like to get more clarification on, what have you, email me at the bottom, and then I will do my best to get back with you. But if I don't get back to you right away, just please give me time. And sorry if I rambled on. Try my best. And we'll see you next time.